Right, we're going in Go Outdoors first. Let's go and check it out. So there's a sale one. I want to get myself some walking boots, but let's go check out the fishing gear. Always a good time to come to camping shops like Go Outdoors, Blacks and all the others just after Christmas. There's always massive sales on. Now this is something I've been thinking of doing to make my bed chair more comfortable. You can buy all these inflatable. They're not inflatable, they're just like foamy. But yeah, if you've got a bad back or a cheap bed chair that's not comfortable, that's a really good option. So I've just found out this shop is closing down. So none of this is going to be here for much longer. That's quite handy. They never had these before. Ronnie rigs, so you get 4 in a pack, 4 pieces, and it's basically everything you need to hook onto your boom for your Ronnie rigs. And they've got ready-made hair rigs, £3 for a pack of 2, blowback rigs, fluoro D rig, good selection. This bib is pretty smart. What's it called? It's called a Hurricane QLB. Members price £300. The entrance is really high, so I'm 5'6" and I can walk straight into it. Got a zip up front door, storm poles, comes with a skull cap, it's got windows at the back for ventilation, and comes with a ground sheet. Not bad for £300. £4.50 for this. That's a pretty good price. So the bait can be cheaper than a lot of tackle shops. You need to support your little local tackle shops, but when you're saving a few quid. This is a good place to come if you're just getting into carp fishing. You can get a carp rod for £35. 12 foot, 3.5 pound test with a 50mm eye. And some lighter gauge rods, only slightly, 3.25 test. And they've even got some barbel rods, 1.75 test, cork handled, if that's your thing. And I do need a new sea fishing rod, £67 for a Sonic, the Vader XS Beach. That's really tempting. And they've even got little boat rods for £18. And nice little stumpy rods. So Dynamite are doing flavoured luncheon meat. And they sell the NGT water carriers, different sizes, and a cool little bait runner. £17.73 for a bait runner. Lots of ground baits, and we've got all this stuff to add to your mixes, to your pellets, to your ground baits. Tutti Frutti, sweet pineapple, sweet brasem. And they're made by Dynamite Baits. These are cool little durable hookers, so you can put them straight on the hook, or you can put them onto the hair as well. Nice, Red Robin, top bait. I've never looked at their brollies before, but they got about 8 or 9 different ones there to choose from. A selection of pan nets if you're not fishing for anything too huge. And you got ground bait buckets, a bowl set, a stink bag. I need a stink bag. So there's not a lot in store. They're currently taking things off the shelves. They're moving stores. So if you got a members card, £11.50 for a kilo of sell. That's quite a good price. You won't find that cheaper in other fishing stores. This looks interesting from Dynamite Baits. Big fish, explosive caster. So it's a feeder mix and it's milled with casters. It's for carp, bream, tench, chub, barbel, any freshwater fish almost. And it's actually got casters in the mix. So they also sell the Kadak barbecue things. And they've got some that are really tall. Look, that's the mini one that most fishermen would have. They've got ones that you can actually stand up to use. Pretty smart. That'd be nice for on the bank, having a little burn up, having your own fire pit. Well, that was a shame, they haven't got much in there. Let's go to Decathlon. That's interesting. The Go Outdoors is closing down, but apparently they're moving to a bigger store. So hopefully that means the bigger store will have more fishing gear. Hello Decathlon. So let's go compare prices between Go Outdoors and Decathlon. Probably going to be pretty much the same. It's grim. It's a grim old day in the UK. Just having a quick look at the cooking stuff. A good selection of sleeping bags if you are heading out camping or even fishing. If you don't like the sleep systems, you can get yourself a sleeping bag instead. Not bad a selection of stoves. These are more camping stoves, but I've seen people use them for fishing as well. Treble burner. And if you don't want to pay the carp tax on certain things, you can come in stores like this and maybe get a cheaper light for when you're night fishing. I'm sure they do head torches as well. The Capellan pod. Imagine when it's pushed into the mud, into the ground, it'll be quite sturdy. Definitely got a better selection in here. It's probably because this store isn't moving. Different unhooking mats, 75 quid, 100 quid. Cradle style, although not all venues allow you to use these because of the metal frame. They're worried about fish safety nowadays. That's a hefty old bed chair for 230 quid. Imagine there's quite a bit of weight to it as well, but if you're a big lad, that's what you need. Slightly smaller, 200 quid. 160, and the skinniest bed chair in the world. I've mentioned this in another video for 85 quid, but I wouldn't want to sleep on that. Oh my god, there's a massive boat. 699, so 700 quid. I don't think they'd be very happy with me canoeing around down Elphick in this. It's massive. And a bivvy within a bivvy. Well, it's kind of a social shelter, but you've got one of these funny little shelters inside where the bed chair lives inside the shelter, so I don't know where you're going to put all your gear. Now, a few people have told me to get on the boilies from Decathlon. They are a real good bargain. How much is that? 10 kilos for 35 quid. The only problem is, and they do Scopex, which is one of my favourite flavours. Only problem I've heard about these boilies is they break down too quick in the water. So if you're feeding the fish, that's what this is for really, just to feed the fish. For a hook bait, they don't stay on the hook very long, so you need a different hook bait to use with this. So I'd say just use these to feed the fish and have a different kind of hook bait that stays on the hook for longer periods. Yeah, so find a different hook bait. Look at them bad boys. You know what, as a little tester, I would be tempted to buy this for £4.99 for a kilo of Scopex boilies. Well tempting. And they do very large bags of pellets. I don't know what they are. What are they? Baby corn pellets. I don't really know what they are. Just pellets made out of corn, I guess. £12.99. Is that 5 or 10 And they do this cooked seed. You get a 5 kilogram bag, but if you buy 2 you get 15% off. So if you need a seed mix for spotting, pretty good. Well, I mentioned before in another video they do maggots, lobworms in the fridge. They didn't have this before. Next door to it is dead baits. So let's have a look at the prices. So for a packet of sand eels, Joey mackerel, bluey large, unwashed squid, all different prices, but the sand eels are £3.49, so are the mackerel, squid £6.49. They even do black lug if you're into your sea fishing, £7.49. Is that a good deal? Tell me, people. Squid. They got feeder rods and reels there, and a selection of bait banded little rigs, feeders, all different kinds of feeders. Selection of floats, pellet wagglers. And a selection of bivvies that will do the job. Don't know how long they'd last. Some are quite thin material, but they do the job perfectly. That's huge, that one. Get your whole family in this. So that's handy for you match fishermen. You get the table that clamps to the side of the chair. Put all your maggots, ground baits on so you don't have to keep bending down. They look really well made. Waders. They look decent to me. You've got a sling up there, hanging up in the heavens. And they've got a buzz bar set there that's got its own case. £1.49, that's quite a good deal. Tiny little lure. So these are £4.79 for 2. Not a bad deal at all. They've got a weight on the front, so helps you with the casting distance. Also, the hook's kind of inside the plastic fish, so hopefully you won't get too much weed on it when retrieving. I actually do need one of these for sea fishing because when everything gets wet in the salty water, it ends up a real pain. So not sure if it's very well made. This thing doesn't lock. And the clothing range, I won't bore you with that, but good selection of camo stuff. Lots of greens for you fishermen or hunters or whatever you do in your spare time. Hiding in the bushes. Never seen so many wellies. I think I'll pick up a couple of landing nets for my mates, because they don't really catch big fish. Here, Dan, that'll do. Battle of the rods, Dan. Capellan do their own alarms. Don't ever buy a Capellan bait bucket. You cannot get the lids back off once you put them on. What the hell is that? Couldn't resist. Bag of Scopex boilies. Let's test them out in a session when the weather warms up, obviously. Well, I've just noticed this on the front of the bag of Scopex boilies. It's got digestibility 3 out of 5. So I don't know how you judge that. Durability, so how long they last in the water, I guess. See, that proves what I said earlier. 2 out of 5. So these are breaking down really quick. If 5 is lasting a long time, like lasting 24 hours in the lake, then it's less than half. It's 2. How long are they going to last in the lake? So I'll probably use these Scopex boilies just as feed, basically. And then my hook bait is going to be a Nash Scopex squid wafter or pop-up that's going to last longer in the lake. And on the back there's some instructions, just in case you're unsure of how just in case you don't know how to throw boilies into the lake. It's just a little example there. And they are made in the Netherlands. So we are almost at 3,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Thanks to everyone that does subscribe, and thanks for all your comments. You all are really decent, genuine people, and that's what we want for this fishing channel. We want people that want to help each other out, basically, and hopefully that comes across in my videos as well. I think I'm going to fish this weekend. Probably going to be raining, so carp fishing in the rain. How's that sound?